All right, guys, welcome to Read the Tape with Rodney and Mike. I am super excited about our guest today, and I know you will be too, because both you and I are really big foodies. All right, I remember the first time I met you, we had lunch. Obviously, I had to sit down and have lunch, but I was hyped, and then all of a sudden you started ordering everything off the menu. Worst timing for me because I just started a diet. So I was just miserable, and I was like, oh my God, I want all this food. Almost to prove to you how much of a foodie I am too.
There you go.
But you and I know you and I clicked and connected immediately just based off food. And that's something that's so special because you and I have talked about it too, how food connects people from all different backgrounds and spaces and ethnicities. And it's like food is always the common denominator of what brings the most out of people and brings people together. Would you say?
I would say that food, like I write about this, like food is a tool.
Yeah.
Although it's really, there's just such joy that people get out of food.
Always.
And so I always think when I'm having a meeting or I meet new people, if I feed them, if there's abundance, if it's fun with food, everyone has a smile on their face. So it's immediately, people's reactions are just, terrific. But yeah, I am always excited to talk to anybody who's creative in the kitchen, anyone who's creative with food, because it's really an incredible expression of life. Think about like every single wonderful event you have in your life, every conceivable thing. Think what are you doing? There's food.
There's food.
There's a wedding, anniversary, birthdays, celebrations,
like,
tragedy, whatever. You're just eating. It's just part of the human experience. And so, yes, I am very excited to have incredibly creative talent in the studio. And, I always love chefs. It's the best.
And it's I mean, it's such hospitality too, right? Like we already talk about how rewarding it is too. I mean, that's something mom's taught me. Like, if guests come in your home, you make sure that they're fed. Like, you make sure they're comfortable and they're fed.
Right.
And that was something, it was just always it resonated with me, right? And anyone who comes into my home, I'm like, are you hungry? Are you thirsty? Like, I got to make sure you're fed, right? And so that just stuck with me. But Mike, what would you say your favorite food is?
Oh boy.
We haven't even talked about this.
I'm really pretty old school. I think I'm like a Midwestern, Southern sort of old school. Like, I like mac and cheese, fried chicken, meatloaf. I mean, I just like steaks.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just like really, I'm really
How do
pretty
you
old.
like your steak? How do you order your steak?
I'm gonna embarrass myself because I really,
say it.
yeah, I know. See,
Don't
see,
say it, Mike.
All right, I'm
please
not gonna
don't
say it. Everyone's in the studio right now is yelling at me. I like it medium well. Sorry, I know. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I like medium well.
All right.
You scared me. I thought you were going to say rare.
No. But most people with a great cut of beef will say you have to have a rare. So it's really funny. I'm like, my wife and I were in Japan several months ago, and so they have some of the famous beef.
I've heard that
in Japan, and and so I ate a lot of beef in Japan, and I actually ate it rare. Which is unusual, but it was just melted. I don't know what they're doing there, but it just ate a lot of beef.
Yeah, I heard the quality of the cut or something about it.
Right, and so I was, not that you need to know that I went to my gastroenterologist, but this is, my gastroenterologist, and I go, hey.
Oh, this took a turn real quick.
This turn, of course, has to be medical. And I said to the guy, I go, they don't have any colon cancer there, and there's I barely found any fiber. There was no fiber in Japan.
What?
And so he's like, no, but they have stomach. I can't believe I'm having this conversation with you. But they have stomach cancer. So eat fiber. I'm like, damn.
All right. Well, I promise it's
still. Because I was I'm going to do a Japanese diet.
I promise this is still a positive podcast.
Yeah.
Oh, that definitely took a turn. But
sorry.
that's what we're here for, Mike.
Yes.
That's what we're here for. We want to hear both sides. But yeah, let's go ahead and get to our guest today. All right.
Absolutely. Can't wait.
Let's do it. Mike, you already know you and I are big foodies, so I'm really excited to bring on this guest today. It is the one, the only Chef Ty, Thai. Get it right. Chef Ty, as soon as you sat down in here, I'm so glad you felt our energy and our presence and know that you're in a good, safe space. But just know, us already talking about food, loving food, talking to you about how passionate you are about it. Bring us in, man. How are you feeling today? What brought you here today? How did you get your start, man?
First, I want to say thank you guys for allowing me to be on your show.
Of course.
But my day is going good so far. I drove all the way down here from Beaumont.
Ooh, how long is that drive?
About 2 hour drive. It took me about 2 hours to get down today.
I'm
That's
sorry.
dedication.
You go
It's
the speed
worth
limit.
it, though.
You definitely go to speed limit.
You can't speak. I don't care about any go to speed limit. So
It's
without
fine,
100 down, with 100 down here on the Tesla. So, but yeah, my day's going well. Woke up feeling blessed this morning.
Good.
Had the opportunity to come down here to be on your show.
Yeah.
Great space, great energy. That's all I can say. I'm
Yeah.
just having a great day today.
We're so happy to have you on, Chef. And I know that we've briefly spoken about it before, but I want to know for, Mike and for our listeners, how did you get started in this space? How did you become a chef? Like, where did that come from?
Originally, I was living in Colorado.
Okay.
I was supposed to go to culinary school there. A lot of stuff happened out there, so I decided to get
What
up
part
in
of Colorado?
Boulder.
Sure.
And so I just decided to.
So you did a lot of hiking.
I did a lot of hiking. I played rugby.
Oh, wow.
Mountain biking. I would tell you, in that chapter of my stage in my life, it was probably the most active and physical life of my lifetime.
Wow.
In
I
Boulder,
was in Boulder.
Let's go to Boulder,
I
Colorado.
don't know what it is,
Everyone's
but-
like running around.
Everybody just
You're
running.
way too thin there. But
I
it really
was getting-
bothers me. Yeah,
I was
it
getting
City's
to death.
booming from
I was
what I
eating-
heard.
I was
Real
eating
estate
too
wise,
much.
I heard
I was
it's
eating
booming.
too much kale chips and all this healthy stuff here.
Yeah, forget
And
that.
I was trimming down over there. I was looking good over there. I had dreads at the time. I was looking like the new modern day Bar Marley, Had a little beard. So yeah, I woke up one morning, Saturday morning, and I woke up and, supposed to go to culinary school, but I never went while I was there. So I woke up one morning, flew to California with a $500 and a one-way ticket and a friend's couch to sleep on.
Wow.
And
I love those stories.
so
Literally,
that was my story right there. I've been doing it for quite a while. That little chapter of my life I was doing for a while. I was doing AmeriCorps, Job Corps. I was cooking for people, friends on my team, while in firefighting, cooking for my crew quarters. So
you were a firefighter as
I was
well.
a firefighter too. I was,
Yeah,
I was a
wild-
man of many trades, I guess you could say.
Like a firefighter, like in.
Climbing those big old hills, put out the fire.
Wow, and that's
the
a big,
retardant dropping on you, and it
that's-
burns the skin. All that
That's a
stuff,
big deal.
Wow.
Like
Yes.
wow,
So I was a man of many trades.
wow.
So I always had a
does it
passion
all.
of cooking. Yeah, that's right, Chef Ty, or the fire marshal. That's what they call me. So I've been cooking for a while. I grew up cooking, Southern cooking. My mom watched my mom cook. My grandma, my aunt, sister, me, my dad, everybody cooking in our family.
Wow.
So when I moved from Colorado to California, like I said, I came in with $500 and a plane ticket and a one-way couch. So at the time, my girlfriend at the time, now she's my wife now.
That's great.
We ended up buying a house in Beaumont. She basically was like scrolling. She always scrolling through social media. I don't know what it is. But before we moved there,
Like a
in
lot of us
Corona,
do.
Eastville, I was doing culinary school. COVID happened. Everything was transferred online. We had to take pictures, upload it. I was like, how you going to do culinary school online? You got to cook, you got to taste the food and judge it and everything like that.
Wait, they would like your teacher's professor
So-
would ask you to take a picture and send it to him,
So-
and then grade from
You mean
that.
it's on
Great from
Zoom?
that. So everything I'm doing right now on social media right now is what I did in culinary school.
Wow.
Is take a picture,
Can you imagine
step by step, a step of
Yeah,
every
They
recipe.
can't even taste it.
That's
Like,
interesting.
people got the Google
But
images.
it's just
and
like
send it
there's like food. What do they call it? Food stylists.
Food style, yeah.
Yeah, like so you have to understand. I actually, believe it or not, I owned a restaurant once.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And so I hired
that in
chef.
Arizona?
It was in Arizona, and so I have some
Yeah.
experience with like chefs and restaurants, whatever. But yeah, they have like these specialized food stylists.
Wow.
And how does it look, and what do you do?
Yeah,
and,
like how you played it. That's
Yeah.
And
crucial.
I think that's what they had at culinary school. They had some food stylists, and that's how they judged it. Because it had to be plated right. It had to look exactly close to the picture. It can be off a little bit, but it had to look exactly like the recipe, stuff like that. So during COVID, I was working at Amazon. I lost my job at Amazon. I was biting from the Amazon, so I needed to find a way to make money at the time. So I decided to do Uber while I was in culinary school. And the good thing about the culinary school I was in, they were teaching us about the business aspect of a restaurant and owning a business or starting a restaurant or something like that.
Nice.
So I just applied to all that to my real life experience. So I was taking my money from America or from Uber and Lyft. I would take that, pay my personal bills, and put money away to the side, and I would invest into my business, into Chef Ty. I bought banners, business cards. So while I was doing that, I was marketing, promoting everything while I was doing Uber and Lyft. y'all might want to scratch that part out because if Uber says here that, they're like, well, you can't do that. So I didn't care.
We can edit that part.
So
I mean, I think that's really interesting. Like, you probably learned a lot being Uber and Lyft, just like meeting people. All the time.
Networking with people. I was getting clients that way.
Sure.
I was passing on business cards. Some people didn't book me. Some people did book me. I got clients. Oh yeah, you remember me? I was your passenger last week. I was in your back seat. You was talking about your business. I'm like, oh yeah, I remember you. So they booked me that way too. And then I had other people that try to direct me into like, oh, you should do this for your business. You should get a website. You should do all this. So moving to Beaumont, my wife bought a house. I'm out there. She was scrolling through Facebook. She's like, babe, there's people in Naples selling food. Your food look better than theirs. So I was like, okay. So she's like, you should go in there and post your food on there. So I was just making gumbo one night for the family and really for myself. But so yeah.
That's great.
So while I was doing that, I just decided to post a picture online. And next thing you know, everybody in Naples like, oh my gosh, where you get that at? You can't find that at Beaumont? Are you selling plates? Are you selling this?
Oh, that's great.
In my mind, I'm like, no, I'm not selling this. I don't know anything about selling plates and food.
Wow.
So I was like, okay, you know what? I started thinking about it. I had to go really deep. Started thinking like, okay, wait a minute. My mom used to sell plates out of McDougal Terrace, and that's how she made money. So she would sell food. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna just redo that basically. So I started selling food, making flyers and menus, and posting it in the Facebook group. And a week later, I sold between the gumbo and the seafood Alfredo. I sold over 150 plates.
Wow.
Just in the neighborhood. And then next thing you know, I went from the neighborhood, and everybody started like, oh, Chef Ty, do you cater? Do you do this? Do you do that? Do you travel? I'm like, and now I'm sitting there like, now I'm stuck. I'm like, I don't know anything about catering. I don't know none of this stuff.
I will
here.
now.
Like, I know now. So, yeah, what are you looking for? And then they were like, I got a party going on. Can you just come make a little private dinner for the family and stuff like that? So this person was a friend of my wife's as well. And so I went down there, and I made a pasta night for them, Italian night. I think what was it, like spaghetti, I think I did. And then, no, it was Parmesan chicken, that's what it was.
Okay.
I made that.
Good.
And then they enjoyed it like that, and then I just started posting pictures of everything. And then next thing you know, from there, everybody, it started getting close to summertime, so everybody trying to get ready for the summertime and get their beach bomb ready. Oh, you do meal preps? I'm trying to lose weight. I'm trying to do this here. Do you do meal preps? I'm like, no, but now I do now.
Yeah.
Right.
And one of the first clients that was there was his mom.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
So his mom,
ties
yeah.
in.
So my wife know his mom, but his mom booked me for a few services. So meal prep was the first service. She bought meal prep for me for maybe what? I don't know, what do you think? Like maybe it had to been like a few months, like maybe like a first year, I think.
Yeah, I forgot that the meal prep service was first.
And I would go to her mom's house, and she never come to the door. So I would go there and just be like DoorDash and sit on the door, and like Miss Carrie, and I text her like, Miss Carrie, your food is on thing. She's like, okay, great, I'll come get after I get out my meeting or something like that. And then one time I finally met her. And she's like, oh my gosh, Chef Ty, your meal prep is so good. It's so amazing. When are you going to do what's on the menu next week? I'm like, I haven't decided yet, but I will post it and I will send it to you first.
Wow.
And then it went from meal preps, and then next thing from meal preps, it went to catering. And my first celebrity event I did was with, it was at a pop-up event over in Orange County with Allen Iverson and Al Harrington.
What?
Yeah.
Wow.
Really?
That was my first time, and I used to love Allen Iverson when
Everybody
I was a kid.
loved Al.
I had his shoes, everything.
Yeah,
when I was
I
a kid,
did too. I did too.
So yeah, and
That's
that's
the coolest thing.
a buddy. So yeah,
It sounds like every single thing that you did led to your next successful venture.
every step it did.
It was like everything great that you did within your cooking, and then it highlighted the next step of like, oh my God, this is so good. Yeah. Are you doing this? So it's almost like you were succeeding because of all your cooking and the love and passion that you were putting into it. Other people noticed, and they would like give you a great idea too, and you were just like, oh my God, so let me think of my own strategies and then combine it with the tips and tricks that I'm getting, and let's go. Like, I love how you said like, no, I don't do that, but I'll learn. I'll do it next. I'll do it now. Like, I love how you did that. And I mean, I'm serious. We book him Mother's Day, Christmas, every celebration, like birthdays.
And you go everywhere? You go to Orange County?
I go to Orange County.
All right, there you go.
Dallas.
That's
I got a few. I got quite a all over California. Like for me not to be from California, I feel like I'm from California now. 'Cause I've seen every inch of California now between San Diego, SoCal.
Yeah.
Only place I haven't been up to is up north yet. You know.
Nice, yeah.
That's great. So you're really say yes. Like it's terrific to listen to you because you just say yes.
I just say yes.
Like I'll do this.
Yeah. Because even though for me it's like on my journey in life since I left home and traveling and doing the things I did, all the volunteer firefighting, carpentry, you know, all the stuff I did. But I also I heard a lot of no's, a lot, and I still hear a lot of no's. Even though they give me no's, my other day in my head, I'm still like
Where,
no.
where
Yes.
do you get no's now? Who says no's?
I still get no's, when it comes to the financing part of it, trying to get grants or loans and stuff like that for my business, so I can grow. Cause I have ideas. I have more ideas. I got my phone full of stuff.
Okay.
And to go to evolve, more.
Yeah.
But I still get people saying no, maybe I think about it. And it's just like for me, I can't sit here and wait for no's all the time.
Exactly.
Well, you've got a lot of energy, and obviously you're really creative, and you're super talented, and people make, people get paid for their creativity, always, no matter what.
Yeah.
So like, you got everything going on at the same time. So what do you really want? Like you're a successful guy. What is it that you really want to do? Like, per se, you're like a restaurant chain? Do you want a full catering operation? Do you want to, like, what is it?
So my goal. So I've done the homework for both of these already. Written all down, math and everything. I want a food trailer.
Food truck, food trailer.
I want a food trailer.
Okay.
Because with a food trailer is a food truck. If a food truck breaks down, it breaks down. Now you lost business completely all the way around.
Okay.
With a food trailer, if I'm at Coachella or a show or something like that,
Doesn't matter.
it doesn't matter. So if I run out of food, I can keep my stand there. I don't lose my position, and all the customers will still be there. I can detach the fleet vehicle and go restock on supplies and come back and never lose my clients.
That's
you know.
smart. And I have
That's
seen
great.
that.
So yeah,
I like that.
Yeah, that's
and I've been doing a
great
lot
idea.
of homework on all this like that. And then also my end game is a restaurant.
Okay.
Nice.
End game is a restaurant. Yes.
And that would serve what as a restaurant?
The restaurant, it will be served, of course, you gotta have the iconic chicken and waffle because it's California.
Yeah.
Gotta have chicken and waffle.
Have to.
So I'm gonna have.
Okay, that sounds
It's my
good.
favorite meal.
Like, it's like
my
say things.
favorite
I
meal.
gotta eat this right now.
It's perfect.
It's perfect. It just they say to me every time I go to brunch, most of
Salty,
my most 99.9% of the time I'm going to get a chicken and waffle. And I
What's
get
the
the
best chicken and waffles around here?
Roscoe's.
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 Okay.
I'm ordering that. Let's
Okay,
look at
well,
DoorDash right now.
well, let's cut
Well,
that
that's
out. real
yours.
quick.
But I know I love yours.
Roscoe chicken
yours.
and waffle. To me, everybody say it's the best chicken and waffle place. But I had other chicken and waffle places out in here in San Diego and in
San
LA
Diego's got
that
some
got
good
better chicken and waffles than Roscoe chicken and waffle.
Really?
For them, to me, I hope they don't ever hear this, but hey, I think it's too
They're
salty for
going
me.
to, but that's
They're
all right.
going to. But for me, I
We're
personally,
good.
What's your favorite one?
personally, I think it's too salty for me.
Okay.
All right.
Or the waffle to me is just way too thin.
All right.
I feel like I'm eating a waffle, like a waffle
is a thin
cookie. It was way too. I need my waffle to be still
Fluffy.
crunchy, but it got to have a little fluff to it.
Oh yeah.
Is there a restaurant that you've had in Southern California that you like you said, you've mentioned it, like which one do you think is like better in your mind or you
So
appreciate?
there was a mom and pop place that I went to. There's one in Corona. I forgot the name of it, but it was a mom and pop shop out there, like towards Dos Lasgo, and their chicken waffle was on point.
Oh, okay.
And then also there was another
Dos
one in
Lagos
San
is lovely.
Diego that was at the bottom of a hotel.
Oh.
Don't remember the name because I think it was part of the hotel. I don't remember exactly the name of the hotel, but
Okay.
the
the Pendry.
chicken,
The Pendry.
I know, but it's a very old school hotel. It's like a very.
I've been to Pendry, and I remember there's chicken and waffles on
I
there.
have
That's why I'm
been-
saying that. That's why I'm
I
saying.
have been to the Pendry.
No, but this one is like here. If it's part of a hotel, it's very old school. It's very the hotel is like either the elevator is so old school. You still got the gate you got to pull.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
I
then,
know what you're talking
and
about.
it's like on a corner.
It's downtown.
Downtown, yeah. It's on
Yeah,
the corner.
yeah. I'm
It's
familiar
that
with
restaurant that's under there.
Mhm.
Their chicken waffle is on point too.
There's another one in LA too called Black House in North Hollywood.
Yeah.
Really good chicken and waffles. I'm trying to think of the one in Arizona. I'm a connoisseur.
This is
Okay,
hilarious.
this is what I do. There's another one in Arizona. It starts with an L. Oh my God. I'm gonna look it up, but I'm gonna send you there next time you're in
All right.
Arizona. I don't think it's Lola's. I'm gonna look it up. But yeah,
All
we'll
right.
see. But anyway, that
And
is
then of course
one
my
favorites.
chicken waffles on point too.
So
Hits
this,
every time.
So
Every
this
time.
restaurant. So is it the restaurant and the trailer
Yeah.
Or do you want them to be the same brand, same idea, same concept? Just like a
Same
continuation?
concept, continuation. Yeah.
Okay.
I really don't. I mean, I do want it. I don't want it to be like a franchise.
Okay.
But I do definitely want it in locations where I caught home.
Nice.
So California, Colorado, and back to North Carolina, and in New York eventually.
Okay, I like that
Nice.
story.
Yeah.
It's a great narrative.
think
I've
it's a
lived here.
solid
I
plan.
understand it. I know what people want.
Yeah.
That's terrific.
And it makes it more personal.
And a lot of places that place for me is like what I built the character with friends like that. See, in Colorado, I wasn't called Coach. I wasn't called Chef Ty. I was called the mayor or somebody because everybody knew I was. And I just cook for friends, and they
mayor.
love my friends.
That. I love that.
That's what they call me. They literally
that's
call
when
me.
you know.
They call me the mayor or Tyrese. That was my name. Tyrese or the mayor. That was my name. And so everywhere I went to, I always had a name.
Yeah.
Even when I was in America, when I worked at summer camp, all the kids called me Coach Mai Tai. And I remember this one time they came back like, "Oh, we can't call you Coach Mai Tai no more." I was like, "What?" See, me, I didn't know this either. They're like, "Oh, well, my mom said because it's an adult drink."
Yeah, it is.
I was like, "Oh, I don't like."
It's not for kids.
I didn't know what the drink because I don't. I mean, I drink, but not like that. I like
Sure.
that. I'm more the type of guy like, give me a glass, put a few ice cubes in it, give me some whiskey or some, something like that. That's me. But they came to me like, "Oh, we can't call you Coach Mai Tai no more. We're gonna call you Coach James now because you look like LeBron James." I'm like,
Oh my god.
So you have
I never noticed this, and I was wondering. You just mentioned it right now, like while you're cooking, while you're in your zone, and I've seen it, but I've been in passing because moms will put me to work.
yeah,
during
oh
that
yeah,
time,
she
too.
will.
But what else do you do to kind of get yourself in the zone? Is there something that you're drinking or something that you're listening to, or is it just already instilled within you? Like how does that work?
Well, for me, it's like how we stated before we started the show. It's like based off the energy in the space.
Okay.
So if the energy, the vibe isn't set right, the temperature for me, if the temperature is not set right in the room, it's just like I won't feel comfortable,
Yeah.
And then now for me, when it makes me feel uncomfortable, then it makes me look vulnerable to the people that's around me.
Okay.
So when I go to your mom's house, for instance, the temperature is always Miss Carrie always knows when she's like, "Oh, Chef Ty's coming over, drop the temperature down to 65. Okay, we're gonna put some slow jams on. We're gonna just keep it,
that's
and everything, and then in the background,
the mood.
she set the mood for me. She set the mood for me
It's
all the
his
time.
kitchen. It turns into his
It turns into my
kitchen,
kitchen basically.
whatever
So
he
then
needs.
I'm relaxed. I'm comfortable. The food will come out phenomenal all the time.
Every time.
Even when I'm not comfortable, the food can still come out phenomenal.
Yeah.
But is this for me? It's like I'm just not. My energy level, it will go from 0 to 1,000 if it doesn't sit right,
I mean, I could speak from experience. You literally make your food through love and passion.
Yeah.
And you exude that so much with everything that you do, with all of your customers, all your clientele, all of our friends and family who've been there. Who cooked this? Where are they at? Like, and always has to come find you. And I love it because you're just so personable. And even you'll finish a meal, you'll literally work on it all day long, and you'll just sit there and relax with us, talk, kick it, joke, and it makes us love you more, and make you, it makes us want to have you back, right? Because then it's almost like you become part of family, right? Which they say some of the most successful chefs in the industry do that, is it's so warm and welcoming, and that's why you want to return back to their restaurant, their establishment, their cooking.
I remember when I owned the restaurant, the chef that we had, the restaurant failed royally, and then I had to fix it. So I had to learn the business and pivot and find another chef. But I remember the second chef said to me, if you can't taste your own food, you're toast. Yeah. So when you're cooking, like this is right, this is wrong. I know what you want.
You can adjust it. Yes.
So you have this great vibe, great personality, huge charisma. You're obviously really good at sales, which is a critical piece of anybody's business. So that's just great. You've always been this way. You walk in a room, you light the room up. Everyone gives you a nickname, and
and it's weird because a lot of people, they kind of judge me based off what I have always been this way. Anybody I come around, anybody I came around, they will tell you that I'm loving, caring. Everybody, love to be in my space, Nobody I can speak of that I've been around that can't speak on me, say that I have a bad person or this or a horrible person. They have bad energy. Anybody, I can take you to Colorado right now and be around my rugby team, my friends that I hung out with, hiking with, and they'll tell you. They love me. They love me being around. I can take you back to some places back in North Carolina where I grew up at. Nothing but love there. I can take you to basically anywhere I can go right now. like I tell my wife, I'm like, babe, no matter where I go, I'm gonna be good regardless. I have friends and love wherever I'm at, you know.
Well, that's a natural born talent that you have. That's great. It's like great sales. I try to teach people this whole concept of like charisma and finding that or finding your inner genius. You have it. Like it's just natural for you, which is great. You're like leaps ahead. So the question I have is like with all this energy and all this creativity and all this positive behavior and always being in the right room, like how are we going to get you to the space where you're going to have a trailer and a restaurant? How are we going to help you get to where you want to go here?
Yeah.
For me personally, for me is I guess I would need to be what I'm learning. I had to go back to what I used to kind of, because like right now it's sometimes when I'm at home I'm like out of my comfort zone sometimes. 'Cause I'm a husband and all this stuff here. I feel like sometimes I can't be myself, you know. So I feel like I got to be in spaces where I can be myself, where I can, for people to get to know who I am, you know. Because right now people don't get people like this right here. Hopefully these people can really see who I am, from this right here. But if I'm in space with people, I guess I got to be around more like-minded people with. I guess hold on, let me say. I tell people, if you can't teach me something that I don't know already, it's hard for me to be in a space with that person. So I need to be around people that's knowledgeable when it comes to financing, savings, when it comes to business, that's kind of the
Okay,
crowd.
so you're missing a team that's necessary for you to get to where you want to go.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, a team, a mentor.
Okay.
I have tried mentors.
And how's that gone for you? Bad?
I came across so many content creator, and thought it was great. I hung out with them. They put me in hotels. I thought we had. My understanding is that when we was there, everything was good. My understanding was that when I left, everything was good, and they ghost me.
Okay.
And it's more of like I don't know if it was like more of like.
What do you mean content creators?
We got to
or like mentors. I don't know what you mean.
Yeah, so when I say content creator, well, mentors, but the mentors are in content creating world as well.
Okay.
And they specialize.
Are you looking for mentors that are more in the financial business side?
I'm looking for mentors in that department.
Okay.
And also mentors as well that's in my industry as well.
Okay.
So food, restaurants.
Yes.
Starting business up in both of those ways where I can learn from it as well.
Yeah.
But I have never met any mentors when it came to like the financial side and business stuff like that. But I have met mentors when it was in like my realm of cooking, stuff like that, and that's big on like other platforms.
Well, obviously, I'm glad that you brought that up, Chef, because we have one of the best mentors that you could find right here.
There you go.
And Mike Shapiro, the one and only.
I'm mentoring you right now. You don't even realize what I'm doing right now.
That's what I love here. But now I know that I wanted to personally bring up your social media because we're talking about stuff that you still need to learn, which is exciting, right? Because we're nonstop learning. I truly think that you've almost perfected your social media presence. So how did that start and where did that come about? Because I know we're getting to the point of like millions of views, and I love following you and your content because it is so unique and different. And I follow a lot like that, but it's so much more personal with you, obviously. And I want to know, how did that start? Was that pandemic, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok? Talk to me about that.
For me, it was pandemic. It was YouTube. Everything, like I said in the beginning, how I learned how we had to upload pictures and stuff like that for food. So I was like, okay, originally, so I started with my Instagram page. If you probably dig deeper down all the way to the beginning of my stage of my content, it might have been a lot of pictures.
Okay.
But then I started watching other people on Instagram. Posting food video. I'm like, wait a minute, this guy doing this, I can do this too. So I was like, okay, let me get on my phone. People kept telling me, oh, you can use your phone, get a camera. So I do everything from my phone. Nice. I record my phone. I got tripods set up around me like this. I record it, do my own editing, stuff like that. And then I just post it, constantly posting. And in the beginning, it started off with, I was posting like crazy during pandemic.
Yeah.
I took every stimulus check. I took my disability I was getting because I got surgery. I took my unemployment, everything that it was given to me that was free money given to me from whatever situation I was in, I just put it towards Chef Ty. Wow. I invested it. I bought cameras, I bought tripods, I bought cooking equipment. Wow. I just bought like almost $2,000 worth of cooking equipment recently, like a couple weeks ago.
So yeah, you reinvested in yourself.
I reinvested in myself.
Brand.
Yeah. So it's like, what's the point for the money to come to me? What I'm gonna do is go just throw it away on just nonsense, you know. But a lot of people do in this world. We just get money and we throw it on nonsense, you know.
So you've perfected being an influencer. You've perfected a content creator within your space. You perfected actually having really good customers.
Yeah.
You perfected your ability to warm up a room. You perfected your ability to make the sale. So what's missing now is like the goal. You have a goal. Have you written it down? Have you like figured it out, like what the program is? Have you figured it out? So in other words, like I don't mean to coach you. I'm coaching you right now. Sorry.
Go and coach me.
I'm sort of
I'm all for it. I'm here to learn. So
I'm like from the finance side, but you gotta. It's like one of these things where you've got all this energy. Everything's going on. You got everything going on.
He's got the tools.
You gotta like focus.
Yeah.
You know, it's like where are we going with this?
Yeah.
So like all of the skill sets necessary for success are there.
Yeah.
Now it's a matter of like what do I want to do with all this?
Yeah.
I like that.
So like, you know, how do I want to do, my goal is a trailer, my goal is a restaurant. So let's focus on that. Like, so how do you manifest that?
Yeah.
What do you do to manifest that? No, it's obviously your catering, you're obviously, you know, whatever anyone asks you to do something or private chefing or whatever. And so you're obviously doing well, you're making a living, but it's scattered. It's not controlled to your ultimate goal. So that's what I'm asking you. So
and
like,
you're right about that.
we got to just sort of
But I think
contain this
It's
energy.
one of those things where it probably had to be scattered at first because you were doing 100 things at once.
Yeah.
Like redirecting your focus and like building your brand and reinvesting in yourself.
Yeah.
And now I think, like you said, it's a great point of like now you're getting to a point of like you are a highly successful social media chef. You've already perfected that part. So now I know you want to shift and pivot your focus into the finance space, into the business space, into trailer and restaurant. Like,
well,
I mean,
you know, like influencing in your space is, I mean, I'm not an expert in that. You're far better than I am, but people love to watch creativity. People like to watch, you know, people making food or looking at food. It's just like it's just a natural thing that people do. But how do you monetize that from the perspective of really your ultimate goals? Yeah. So like you already, I mean, people have the opposite problem where they have a restaurant and they can't figure out how to market it. You're already like there. You have all the components of like a great marketing concept. You have all the components of like this great narrative. You have all the components of being incredibly capable of sales, all these, you know, great story, the great narrative of where you want to go, why you want to go there. You just need home base. So, you need like, this is where I do it.
So I agree with everything
sorry.
you said right there. No, sorry. No, sorry. No need to apologize. You know, and that's what it is. People need to accept constructive criticism. You know, and sometimes because I'm not the perfect at it, but you know, people need to learn how to accept it. You know, and that right there was actually exactly what I needed to hear. And for me to, like you said, I am. It's like, this is a circle here. This is Chef Ty here, but I'm all over the place. You know, so I need to contain everything everything in that one spot circle. You know.
Sure.
So yes, I need to build a team. I need trustworthy people to be on a team. I need mentor coaching.
Sure.
That right there, I think. Even in school, I always had a mentor. Even going through when it came to like reading and stuff like that, I always had a mentor. So maybe that's the part I'm missing, and I need a mentor that's really about mentoring and not just sit there and say, "Oh, I can tell you how to do this," and then they ghost you after that. And I came across a lot of that, so it kind of put me in a shell for a little bit because of that. Because I try to trust people, I try to work with people. I took the effort to drive to these people too. And
well, you have to. That's just you're young, and which is great. I wish I was young, and so frankly,
you got a young soul.
But I think that you have to always not worry about being ghosted, or you're all in on these relationships, which is great, and don't ever lose that, because that's your sale, that's your charisma, that's your capability. So never lose that. It's okay to say no. I always say that you can be. Like, I used to make a joke all the time that, I only have a 51% approval rating. Yeah. Well, that 1% is a hell of a good living. So if 100 people are in the room and 49 of them say goodbye, who cares?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. But the 51 say yes, that one delta is everything. So you don't ever lose what you have. It's very hard to teach what you already have. Almost impossible. Either you got it or you don't.
Yeah.
And you also have, obviously, I don't want to say like channel you into one thing, but you have huge amount of energy, so you have all this stuff going on in your head. Like, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this.
But I need somebody to help
so
me
like,
channel
okay,
that
well,
somewhere,
let's
you know?
just, and that's the most successful people have that.
Yeah.
You know, they sometimes like label people, you know, with whatever hyper, you know, whatever ADD. You know, I don't really like those titles, you know, because I think it's not really. What they should say is hyper successful, and because that's really what it is. And so I wish everybody had it in a weird sort of way, because that's what makes it. It's just a matter of channeling, but it's not about. It is a team for you. Like, you have to find that team that you're comfortable with. You keep talking about environment. Environment's obviously really important to you. So yes, you need to find that team to get you to where you're going. Don't lose the other part of it, because it's what makes you.
Yeah, and I know that could be defeating and frustrating, right? When, especially if you're driving 2 or 3 hours to somebody, and then they ghost you or whatever. Like, I know that could be frustrating, because like, we've all been there. But I love that what he's saying too is like, everything about you got the tools, chef. You got the it factor. You have all that. So don't lose your sense of hope, knowing that you can gain. And I love that, because it doesn't seem like you have, but don't lose your sense of hope, knowing that you can find a better mentor who's actually gonna, you know, no pun intended, cater to you and be tailor made for you, to be like, okay, since you perfected this part, let me help you perfect this part as well, and then let's finish accomplishing all your dreams and your goals and your aspirations. And that is the most exciting part.
And see, you know, one thing I try, you know, I do my best to not to let that discourage me. Yeah. And that's why I always take, you know, either between, like, when I seen you, I ain't gonna lie, I've been studying y'all podcast for a while. I've been watching it for a while. I've been watching y'all for a while, and then I reach out to him. I'm like, you know, like,
are we getting better?
Yeah, getting better. Yeah. And I'm like,
you can criticize that.
Yeah, and I'm like, no, y'all are getting better. You know, like, I reach out to my homie over here, and I'm like, hey, look, maybe you should give me. And for me, it's like, I really wanted to be on the show, because it's a learning, and like a learning curve for me. It's like, it's helping me to get more comfortable with being around people. Sure. And for me to learn how to communicate with people. Sure. And because that's the part that's missing, you know, for me. It's like the community engagement, finding somebody to home into, where they can teach me something that I don't know, that can take me to the next extreme level. You know.
But you know, do you notice there's a theme in your life? Like, you keep doing things to do what?
To get better.
No. Like, there's the theme here that you keep doing things, like the things that you've talked about in your life, what you've done that you've disclosed to us right now. You help people. Yeah. And you like to see the joy of that help, right?
Yes.
Always. Like, either you're driving an Uber or Lyft, you're doing something, and like, they leave the car and they feel better. Yeah. You're communicating with them. Yeah. Whereas a chef, what I would imagine, I don't want to speak for you, but you know, your creativity, your heart, soul goes into a dish, and all of a sudden you make everyone happy. Food is I love food to express. I mean, I always love bringing people food. It's like a big part of me. Like, let's eat, you know, because it's just part of me. But I imagine, like, how you feel, like, when you feed somebody and they're like, that was amazing. It must feel great. Like, your creativity made someone happy. That's kind of right. Yeah. So that's the theme. Yeah, that's right. The theme. Yeah, whatever you do. That's cool.
I think that's what it is. I mean, I just like helping people. I guess since I left high school, that's all I've always been doing, trying to help people the best way I can.
But the one thing that happens is that you can never expect. One of the great flaws in humanity, which is really hard to understand, is that we all like look at others and think that they're thinking the same thing we're thinking. It's an amazing human thing. It's not a flaw, because we all do it, but they're not. Yes. And so you can't ever think that way. It's like, I'm thinking this way. Are they thinking that way? Maybe. And then when they think exactly like you, guess what? They're your best friend. Yeah. Or you get married to them, or whatever it is. Yeah. You know? And so you just have to, like, when you fine-tune this incredible creativity, you fine-tune the expression in a trailer that's really following in the framework of the restaurant. I probably would focus on a trailer, because it's really easily accomplished, and then create this sort of moving center of excellence for you, and then say, hey, I'm going to open a restaurant, and then test your recipes out and test what you're doing. You know, that would be a great way to start to really express, and in order to accomplish your ultimate goal here.
And I think that's for me where I believe is the same thing right there. Is like, for me, is getting this food trailer is allowing me to express myself with my food, with my audience, you know, with my followers, with my, you know, fans, anybody that look at me as a fan, it's for me to express it. For people that can't, like I just started recently doing pop-ups in Beaumont where I live at, and I'm about to do my second one right now. So it's getting me in the eyes of the community so that they can understand, to know who I am and know my story, or what got me started, why I do it, because I enjoy cooking, and a lot of people now recently been telling me on Instagram, oh, Chef Ty, you should go out here and do pop-ups. You should do more stuff involved with the community, And that's the part I think I'm lacking on, and, I feel a little less confidence on, I guess, I would say, because I haven't been part of the community in a while, I guess. Wow. So I'm a little nervous sometimes, I guess, when it comes to it. I don't know. I don't know. But every time I do it, every time I go out to the community and do a pop-up, it's always a success. I always sell out. So, everybody love the food.
What are you scared of? What's gonna happen?
I don't.
What's gonna happen?
You're successful.
It's successful. So I guess like my fear is like I'm a fear of something that's not there.
Right.
It's like maybe that's what it is.
Yeah, it's non-existent.
It's non-existing,
right?
That it makes it like I seem like I'm fear of something, but it's not there.
Well, you know how you get rid of that?
How's that?
You just do it.
You just
do
do
it.
it.
You just do it.
Yeah.
Because like I don't care. You just do it.
Just Nike, huh? Just
yeah, I'm not borrowing Nike. It's all theirs.
And see, I started my life off like that. I would just go and do it.
Right.
Like, I got up with Job Corps. I really didn't tell my mom. I just got up, signed application. Mom, I'm going to Job Corps. AmeriCorps. Mom, I'm not coming home. I'm going to AmeriCorps. I just went out and did. Mom, nope. Didn't tell her. I'm going to do wildland firefighting. I just got out and did it. Now I guess maybe it's the world now, because maybe I'm a husband. I feel like I feel like maybe that's where, it's kind of where
added
it's pressure to me.
Yeah,
I think that's where it's at. It's got to be a husband. Still got to pay my bills. Still got to do all this here. I can't really. Before that, I was like, kind of free. I just did whatever I want to do,
Of course. Yeah.
And opportunity came his way, and I took it when it came, and I just, better myself in those situations.
But these guardrails, if you will, are self-made. So I'm just guessing. I don't know enough about you. I'm certainly happy to sit down with you offline and look at like whatever. These guardrails, of course you're husband, and of course you want to do right, and you have bills, and you don't want to like fail or whatever. But they're probably, obviously your wife is very supportive of what you want to do. And I mean, there are just risks with all endeavors of success. And so you've taken those risks, you've gotten to where you are today. Never lose that.
Yeah.
You have to keep doing that.
Yeah.
You can't just sort of stop. So like you said earlier in this podcast, you said, I think you said, I forget how you put it. I feel contained or something like that. I forget exactly how you put it. So don't do that.
Yeah.
The very nature of where you got today is the very nature of what you need to continue to do, and all of these capabilities. So I'm telling you flat out, the hardest thing to teach people is the marketing and the sales.
Yeah.
So you walk in a room, you light up the room, like I'm here, I'm Chef Ty, I'm the mayor, I can do whatever it is, or the excitement of the food you're talking about, or even our chicken and waffles. That's gold. Okay, so the rest of it is just putting one foot in front of the other. I know I'm making it sound really easy. I'm not trying to say it's not that easy, but it is. Like, how much does a trailer cost? How much does this cost? Yeah. How much time is this going to take? What kind of truck do I need to do this? Yeah. How much food do I need in there? How many people do I need to have in this trailer? Yeah. Where am I going to put this? Am I going to do a rollout? Am I going to do this, like, I'm going to do a tour because you're an influencer. Maybe I'll do this tour, like, talk about your narrative about, hey, I was in Boulder, and I was in Beaumont, and I was in, where else were you? You told me this.
North Carolina.
North Carolina.
There we go.
Maybe you should try something like that. It'd be kind of fun. Maybe you do like a tour. Like I'm driving from Boulder to North Carolina, and I'm going to stop at the following things. Chef Ty and this trailer. Maybe really fun concepts. It'd be really fun for you and your wife or whatever your team. I mean, there's all these great ideas because you're that person who explores experiences and creates. So, you got to keep doing it. So that's awesome.
And those are things I had ideas of doing. That I guess, back up earlier, you were saying earlier in the podcast, it's the coaching and that financial freedom, I guess.
Yeah. Sure.
Because that's the part where if I had the resources and the money to make those things happen, then it's possible. It would be already happening,
Yeah. So the money, this is going to sound like overly simplistic, okay? And I don't mean to minimize the difficulty of raising capital. But if you have really good ideas and they're really organized, the money's always there.
Yeah.
So it's really a matter of sitting down and making the purposeful concept, like what is this concept? Where am I going with this? How am I going to do this? And then raising the capital necessary to really follow your dreams.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm listening to it. I'm like, it sounds great. Now it has to be organized.
Yeah.
So it's like not a matter of you utilizing people from sort of the influence space. It's a matter of you like talking to people who actually build businesses.
Yeah.
Like the people behind the scenes.
Yeah.
The CFOs of the world. Like, what do I need? How do I do this? What's the plan? And so that's how you do it. And then you won't get the no's. Like you talked about no's. I'm getting no's. Well, you probably don't have all those other components necessary. Those credibility necessary for people to want to take you to the next step. Like, I like this idea. That's
It's kind of all over the place right now. So where do you live at again?
Just a little bit of extra coaching.
And then I mean, I'll make the drive. If you down here, I will make the drive. I'll make the drive.
Mike's like the payments cooking. So let's get some.
There you go. I'm in Newport Beach. And
I love the beach.
Newport Beach is just, you know where it is.
Oh, yeah. I go to the pier quite a bit. I used to go down there, and I go pluck the mussels off under the pier.
Oh,
and I take them up and clean them up and stuff like that, and I cook them up.
That's
With Balboa Pier, Newport Pier?
I don't know. All the piers they got whatever time they got the mussels attached to them. I just go pluck them off of there.
I was wondering, Chef. Like, I had a couple fun questions that came to mind. Like, first, what is your most viral recipe that you have posted?
So I made these lamb chop waffle lollipop, and it went
Can
viral.
you say that one more time? Lamb chop
waffles, lamb chop lollipops.
Oh wow!
And it went viral.
It's exotic.
What is that? This sounds really good because I like waffles and lamb chops. So what did you do?
So I don't have my phone on me, but I will show you. But basically, I made I took the lamb chop, I scraped off the meat off the bones, and so you just had the meat right there, the bone as like the stick.
The stick, right.
And then I dipped it inside waffle batter. Well, I seasoned it. I cooked it up a little bit, and then I dipped it inside, pat it off dry. Then I dipped it inside waffle batter, and then I put it inside a little small waffle maker. And now you look like you hold it and look like a lollipop, but it's a lamb chop lollipop in a waffle with this peach. I made a peach maple bourbon syrup. I made.
That sounds amazing.
And I
so wait a
drizzled
second.
over top of it.
So in other words, you put in the batter. You put the lamb in the batter.
In the batter.
Oh, so you just made this lollipop, and then you put this drizzle on top.
Wow.
So this is like a lamb chop,
amazing.
like the regular lamb
Right.
lamb rack. You know, the rib. Just carve off the meat off the top of it, so it'd be a clean bone. And then I just cooked the lamb chop, just the bottom part of it where the meat is at. Seared it a little
Super
bit.
creative.
Wow.
But I know somebody gonna watch this video here because I'm looking at you right now. So I know somebody gonna look at this video and they gonna comment on it. So the backstory behind this video, we working with a content creator, and I met up with him, and I was so he brought up I want to do lamb chops, and he like waffles. So he like let's put them together. So okay, let's do it together. So we supposed to do this video. I've been trying to do this video with him for the longest, stuff like that. He kept docking me. He didn't return my text message, or he got back to me when he was ready, or when he kind of saying I'm busy, or this, and that. I get it. We all busy. I'm a full-time student as well. So we all busy. So I went upon myself and did a video. And yes, I did go on a video, and I said, I created this lamb chop video. So if you did it, if you created, make sure you shout me out. Which I should have done. What he really was looking for is attention. I should have shouted him out on it, you know. But I didn't do it, though, you know. And just because I didn't do it in the spite of, like, you know, just to, like, seem like I was stealing it or whatever like that. But he took it that way and went on social media and, like, blather me all on social media,
So
you know.
that was a learning experience.
It was a learning experience, you know.
You mean he got upset that you didn't give him credit for
I didn't
what?
give him credit for the lamb chop waffle lollipop video.
Yeah, but
That
wait a
might-
second. It was your idea.
That might-
So it was our idea. He like, oh,
He just wanted lamb chops and waffles, but you
Yeah.
figured out the lollipop.
I feel like the lollipop.
Well, I mean, anyone can say I want lamb chops and waffles.
Yeah.
No one's going to say the lollipop.
Yeah,
Is
yeah.
the lollipop yours?
the lollipop was mine. Yes.
Okay, well that's yours. So that's just
he
bitter.
wanted.
That's just bitter.
The
Give me a
person.
break.
The person just wanted to put.
Chef Ty's side,
The
okay?
person just wanted to
You were
put
on your
lamb
side.
chops in a waffle. I decided to do lamb chop lollipop.
Well, how would you put a lamb chop in a waffle? That's what you mean. Just put the lamb chop. That doesn't make any sense. It makes
And
more
he
sense
stopped
to do
it
what you
there, and then you added the syrup. To
I had
it.
the syrup and everything too.
See?
I made it look
And
all
that
beautiful and
gives it
stuff like
the-
that.
This was a
Exotic
negative
touch.
Yelp.
Basically, yes.
Okay.
Basically, it was a basically
Did
thing.
you write back?
No, I know.
Lollipop
Was
guy.
this in the comments?
No, it went on social media for a
Yeah.
while, and people comment on
Oh
it.
my God.
He was like, "Oh, that's messed up." Somebody else commented like, "Well, I don't know whose side to choose, but I might choose Chef Ty's side because it look better than yours."
'Cause it's looking
So it's
good.
like, so it's like I mean,
Whoever food
I-
looks better is who we're going.
Okay, but at the end of the day, I look at it like this.
Yeah.
We are content creators, chefs. We all make everybody the same recipe. We've been making recipes, following everybody's recipe or making something different, almost like for centuries of life. Since
It's got to be tough to
you know,
get a chef to create a new recipe.
New
right?
recipe, exactly, right? So you can't be mad because I just decided to do something.
Yeah.
I mean, you can just recreate it, you know? I mean, I'm sorry I didn't shout you out on it, but, you know, it's just, you know, that's what we do. We create ideas. We create, there's how many, I guarantee you go online right now, how many versions of macaroni and cheese you going to find? You'll find over 1,000 macaroni recipes, you know?
million.
Fried chicken, you'll find over 1 billion of recipes of fried chicken, you know? So,
You literally hit on the two favorite foods there.
See?
Like mac and cheese and fried
like,
chicken.
oh,
My
see,
God.
and the crazy thing is-
love
And
fried-
his-
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, the crazy thing is, when I did the event, when I did a pop-up with Allen Iverson at his, he was releasing this marijuana over at a dispensary in Orange County, and I sold buffalo chicken, macaroni and cheese. So it was like buffalo chicken, no, it was like macaroni and cheese, and then it was deep fried popcorn chicken, tossed in buffalo sauce, and I drizzled ranch on top of it. And oh my, I sold out on everything. Everybody ate it.
That blew
Oh.
up.
Yeah.
I saw that blew up.
Yeah.
That sounds. So
I had content
good.
creators that
Oh
try.
my
I worked with other chefs that try to run off with money, not try to pay me. I experienced a lot of stuff on this journey.
Wow.
You know, and I never done anything wrong to anybody that, you know, even my business. I'm a type of person like I'd rather give the same respect that I want to give, that I want to receive. I'd rather give to people too, you know. So I never, but I have people that like, oh, I'll pay you, or ghost me, not try to pay me at all, or I have people didn't scam. They paid me through Cash App and went on Cash App, got all the food, went back on Cash App and made a dispute and took all the money back.
Wow.
I came across so many stuff. So many learning curves, so many failures, but the failures never scares me. You know, I guess more of my fear is the imagination of a fear that's not there. You know.
Right, I would say.
Just like we talked about.
Yeah, I mean that's just the nature of the beast. Just be more careful of
yeah.
who you're dealing with, and you know you learn from every experience. But I'm still going with you on the lollipop concept. It's like this is yours. Yeah.
We're on
Yeah.
your side.
Yeah. So.
Okay.
And then it was another thing. I had a client, worked with another guy, brought all this food, did a pop-up. We were supposed to do a pop-up for him. He waited an hour before the event supposed to happen. Oh, Chef Ty, we're gonna have to cancel. I just purchased all this food.
Oh my.
All this food, and he canceled because of the weather. I'm like, dude, you know you have a bar that's parked outside. Don't you check the weather every day? And he waited about an hour before and canceled everything. Lost all the money. Didn't make no money. All the food sat on the counter, went to waste. I tried to do Taco Tuesday.
Wow.
And then there was a line that the person said was that really got me. It was like, it's the cost of doing business.
What?
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, maybe you should take the money first.
So
Sorry.
So hold on. And that's a learning experience. See, there I tried
Excuse me.
I tried to do it because I know the person, and it do it out of good faith.
I got it.
But cost of doing business, so I learned that, and yeah, it stuck with me for a minute when he said that. So.
Hey, at least you've been learning. But go ahead and let the listeners know what do we have in front of us today.
So we have bottles of Chef Ty all-purpose Cajun seasoning. So one for you,
Oh wow.
and one for you, and then one for
Party
Miss Lady
favor?
here too.
Ooh, we get gifts today.
So yeah,
Thank you,
actually,
Chef.
Oh, this is amazing.
And so yeah, I built this recipe myself. I did 3 experiments on it. I had the guy that does my seasonings for me. We did like 3 different formulas on it.
Wow.
I might change it again. And I also got 4 more other recipes I'm working on right now.
Wow.
Then I have a cookbook in the works. So, but yeah, right now.
So if somebody wants to hire you, like for catering, like can you do, like you don't have a trailer now, can you get one, or can you let's say somebody wants to do like a party outside and they want it like sort of a food truck experience. What do you do?
So good question. I have not encountered that challenge yet. So
So let's say I want to do a party at my house at the end of the summer, and I love all your ideas of like all this like home cooking, like mac and cheese and like lamb chop lollipop, waffle lollipops, like all these ideas. Like, how would you produce that, like in a experience like where it's in a yard rather than having it as traditional catering? Because
So I do cook on site catering. So I come there, I bring all my cooking equipment. As long as you got a working kitchen stove, like that, come there, cook everything like that. Then I just basically I set up. So I set up chafing dishes and stuff like that. And then basically, that's how I do it right now. It's just everything's cook on site orders. You know, they place the order, come there, they order what they want, go through my website, and then they're go to the house, and I arrive to the house like 3-4 hours early and cook.
So this is like a classic example where I live down, in a sort of a beach area. Yeah. And so lots of people do lots of parties, and what they want is they don't want to deal with it in their house. They don't want cooking in their house because they're putting stuff in their house, or there's drinks, or they don't want to have the prep operations, but they want not say a food truck, but something so that it's like offered outside somehow. So that's what I'm saying. It's like really interesting.
So I have fryers. So depending on what it is, I do. Right. I have fryers. I have burners and stuff like that. I bring if that's the case.
Sure.
I have done a lot of events down in Newport Beach and Huntington Beach, and most times it's always the Airbnbs or people rent out get the hotel and they rent out the space, and I just go in the house and cook. It's like that most times. But if somebody did request those kind of services, and I would just bring the equipment I do have right now.
I wonder if there's how these these ghost kitchens, where there's these massive kitchen operations. I wonder if there's a ghost kitchen trailer concept or like a food truck.
I know a ghost kitchen. I know a ghost kitchen, but no, I don't think they have. I done a lot of research on those, and I don't think I've never seen anything about ghost kitchen like trailer wise. But I know I have seen something online where you could rent out trailers for the day or something like that. But they are the most places I've seen was located out in L.A. area. Sure, you can rent out a trailer.
Well, because of all the movie business, right?
Oh,
sure, yeah, I'm sure that's
so. But I haven't.
Maybe that's a way to experiment. I mean, I'm just throwing it out.
No.
Someone says, "Hey, I want to throw this party." Maybe it's me. I want to throw this party. Like, figure this out. And so that way you're like already experimenting or beta testing. Your idea. Yeah. I'm like, all right, this will work.
That will work.
It's just interesting thought. I mean, what do I know?
That's a good idea. That would be a good idea. That would be a good experiment to try out. I have, like I said, I have seen them pop up randomly on Facebook. And I just never really to dig deep into it. Well, I had dug deep into them, but they're very pricey to do it that route.
Sure.
But it's possible.
Right.
It's definitely possible. If you want to give me that challenge, then let me know.
There you go.
Hey, there you go.
Give me that challenge. I'm all for a challenge. So
That's a great follow-up, Chef Ty. Go ahead and let the people know where they can find you as well.
So you can also find me on my website at cheftycooks.com, or you can also find me on Instagram, TikTok. Both of the handlers are chef_Ty, THAI 951. Facebook, same as well. You can catch me on any of those platforms. And YouTube, I will give my YouTube channel name, but I don't know that name yet. I just know it's Chef Ty something. Just look up Chef Ty. I just broke 12. I just broke over 12,000 subscribers on YouTube Shorts. So
hey, congrats on that.
That's good.
That's
That's impressive.
Yeah.
Hey, we're happy for you. Obviously, we're so happy that you joined us here. Thank you so much for giving us your time, your wisdom, and obviously another chance to mentor as well. Yeah. So, and our gifts.
I'm definitely better get his number. So
Chef Ty, you're an absolute joy. You're a pleasure. Yeah. You have this amazing, warm. I mean, people can't feel it through a podcast, but this really warm personality. It's just you really exude this great energy, which you talk about a lot today. Yeah. Which is really important. And I think I see tremendous success in your future. Tremendous. Yeah. Let's just focus it. Let's just get it all focused, and then all that energy just goes to one place and watch what happens.
Yeah.
You're going to be a household name. Chef Ty and his lollipops.
The lollipops. With that maple.
They're yours.
With that maple.
I'm going with it.
With that maple peach bourbon drizzle syrup on top
boy,
of it.
does that sound good. Oh, my gosh.
It actually came out really good, though. Yeah. I mean, if you pat it dry, so you don't put the lamb chop in there and it makes the waffle soggy. If you do it just right, it can still come up with the crunch on it, and it's just like... But next time I think what I'm going to do, I might do it next time and drizzle hot, like, sugar, like I make a candy crust over top of it. So when you bite it,
I just have to ask one other thing. What's your favorite food?
I love seafood.
Okay.
And I like good steaks. But I eat too much of it, and it decided to give me gout.
Oh, there you go.
And my big toe. It hurts. Oh, man. So, but I love seafood.
I never trust not that I'm fat too here, but not that you're fat. That sounds terrible. But I never trust anybody who's a thin chef. It doesn't work.
I heard that so many times.
No way. I look at the chef and he's like thin.
Only
I'm like,
the vegan
not
chef?
gonna work.
Look, if the chef don't got a pudge and got no gout, he ain't right.
I don't mean you're fat. I don't mean that at all. I'm talking about myself. So yeah.
We're happily big boned. We love
I'm just sucking my stomach right now to look good on the camera. That's all.
It does. It looks really good.
Chef Todd, thank you so much.
It's a pleasure. Yeah.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Next time I bring some of the lamb chops.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
That's
we'll
great.
try some more food soon. Mike, I know for me and my quick takeaways with Chef Ty, what I loved is not only his resilience, but the fact that every single time he did something or tried something new, because he is so creative, that success led to his next success and led to his next venture. That is something that is so cool and so fascinating to me, because people were so enamored by him, his personality, and his cooking, obviously his food. And they're just like, oh, okay, are you doing this? He's like, well, no, but not yet. Now I will be. Like, he went straight into learning mode, right? And that's something that we always have to do. And it's one of those things where he never stops learning. He never stops striving. He's always looking for, what is the next thing I could do to continue to be more innovative and stand out amongst the crowd of other chefs and his own personal success. So it's like, no matter how successful he is right now, he knows that there's still these roads and avenues to go, and he's excited to take on those ventures. And it looks like he's excited to take on your mentorship too.
Yeah, well, I'm excited to do that.
Yeah. How do you feel about it?
I think that, like, when I meet somebody that has this massive charismatic quality, which is almost you're born with that, that like exudes their creativity, exudes their happiness with their craft. Yeah, that's just like magic to me. So I like seeing people like that. I like being around people like that, and I like to have them channel that energy, success, charismatic quality into whatever they want to accomplish. So that is the hardest thing to have. So when you have it, you kind of sometimes born with it. Yeah. And then it's just a matter of like getting that all that energy super directed. And then, you know, not that he's not successful, he is successful, but he wants certain goals. And I think that he can achieve those goals. And he could be a household name, you know, because of his creativity, including, you know, the lollipop things if we were having fun with. But I mean, that's really creative. That's really fun. And he has fun with that. And he has fun with like the things that maybe go wrong. And I'm sure that having a restaurant at some point in his future, I mean, can you imagine the engagement that people at the tables? He's going to love walking around the tables. He probably can't. Actually, probably
we're going to be his first guest.
Right. He probably won't even walk away from some of the tables because he's having fun or sitting down or enjoying it. So that's truly a gift that he has, and I think that it's fun to watch, it's fun to be around, and I'm excited to see his future, and I know it's really, really bright, so that's really great. So thank you for actually introducing us, and you know, I know you guys are good friends, and I know you've been part of his journey, and so that's really cool. So it was great.
I mean, you and I both know, you know, we bring on such phenomenal guests on here, and they share so much, but the fact that we get to mentor and coach too is just always kind of the best feeling. And, you know, you and I, when we combine our social circles and our community, it's the best thing, you know, for both of us, because we just can get to continue to expand our network. And so I love that so much. But yeah, thank you so much for tuning in to Read the Tape this week. Please like, comment, share, subscribe, check out the channel, show us some love and support. We appreciate you guys, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you so much. See you next time.